This is Hayat Mohammed Kamal for assignment four, question number one. So, question number one, we are asked to find the largest sum of contiguous sub-array. That is saying, like, if we were given an array of some integers, we are supposed to find where it has the highest sum when we add elements in it. So to do this problem, I already wrote my code, and then I'm gonna explain what each line does and then see if this solution would solve the problem. So for this problem, first I declare two variables, which is sum now and the largest sum. These are the two variables that's gonna track my sum when I add the numbers in the array. So and then right here I have a for loop where I is gonna start from 0 and then goes all the way to the end. And then so in this line I'm gonna do on the sum now, I'm gonna add each element in this array and then put it on the sum now. And then if sum now become less than 0, and we're gonna set it back to 0 because we want to get the largest sum. And if sum now become greater than 0, we're gonna go to this step where we're gonna compare the sum now with the largest sum. And then if the sum now is greater than the largest sum, then we're gonna update our largest sum, and then finally return our largest sum at the end. So I'm gonna go through this problem with the numbers and then see how this works. So for example, for each item we're gonna add it to the sum now. So at the beginning, sum now is 0 because we start from 0. So we have 0 plus -2, which gives us -2. So that would put us in this situation. Sum now become less than 0. So we're gonna put sum now, set it back to 0. So we have another 0. So now we're gonna go to the next index, and then we have -3. So that would give us -3. So still sum now become less than 0. So still we're gonna put it back to 0. So we have 0 plus the third element, which is 4. So it will become 4. So sum now become 4 now. So right here, since sum now is greater than 0, we're gonna go to this step, and then we're gonna compare sum now to the large sum. So sum now become 4, and then the large sum is still 0 because we haven't used it yet. So since 4 is greater than 0, we're gonna update our largest sum to 4 instead of just 0. I'm gonna write it down here. Large sum equal 4 for now. Okay, so now we're gonna keep going until we finish the array. So we have 4 plus -1, that would give us 3. So we're gonna come here. So 3 is greater than 0, so we're gonna go here. So sum now become 3, right? 3 is not greater than 4, so we're not gonna update the largest sum to 3. So we're still gonna keep large sum of 4, and then keep going. So we have 3 plus right here -2, which gives us 1. So 1 is not greater than 4, so we're still gonna keep our largest sum of 4. 1 plus 1, we are right here. That would give us 2. 2 is not greater, still we're comparing it on this one, so 2 is not greater than 4, so we're not gonna update large sum, still gonna keep it at 4. And then now we have 2 plus 5. Oh my god, can you see that? Yeah. Okay, 2 plus 5, that would give us 7. Okay, now large sum becomes 7. 7 is greater than 4, so we're gonna update our large sum to 7 instead of 4. So right here I'm gonna cancel 4 and then write 7. And then we're gonna finish our array. So we have 7 plus 3. I think it was -3 on the question, but if it was 3 it would be 10, and then sum now would be updated to 10, and then large sum would be 10 because 10 is greater than 7. And then we will return our large sum, which is 10. But I think on the question we had -3. If it was -3, then 7 plus -3 would be 4. So since 4 is gonna be less than 7, because we had 7 here before, since 4 is less than 7, we're not gonna update our large sum, and then we would just return 7 instead of just 4. But if it's 3, +3, we would return 10. If it was -3, we would return 7. Sorry if I'm confusing it, but this is question number 1. So the time complexity for this question would be big O N, because we're just going through the loop one time only. Thank you. Okay, I have question number 2 now. Question number 2 is we are asked to find the missing integer. Like for example, if we were given an array like 1 to n, like we have here, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, and then it skip 5 and then goes to 6, 7, and 8. So we are asked to find what the missing number is. So for this question we're gonna use the formula to find the sum of numbers. That the formula is right here. So this formula helps us find the sum of positive integers. So if we have n number of numbers, time n plus 1 divided by 2 give us the total of those numbers. For example, in our case we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So we have 7n, and then we're gonna adjust this a little bit because we are missing one number. So, and then we would have 7 plus, and then I'm gonna explain what we're gonna do at this number. So for this problem I'm gonna use that formula but adjust it here a little bit, because instead of just n, I'm gonna have n plus 1, because for our case we have a missing number here, so we have to count for that. So if 5 was here, it would have been 8 items in here instead of just 7. So we would say n plus 1 times n plus 2 divided by 2. That would give us the total of this array. So after that we would do, after we got the total, we would subtract each individual numbers from the total. In that case, whatever we are left with would be our missing number. Let's see. For example, I have 7 items plus 1 missing number, so I will add 1 here, and then here 7 plus, there was n plus 1, but I will do n plus 2 because the 1 and the missing number divided by 2. So first we're gonna go through this equation and then add each number. So when we add all this number and then divide it by 2, it was equal to 36. So we have 36, and then we're gonna subtract from the total. So our total is 36 right now, and then we're gonna subtract each number from our total. So that is like saying 36 minus 1 minus 2 minus 3 minus, and then so on, and then this would become 31. I added it earlier, so it would be 36 minus 31, and then that would give us 5, which was our missing number. So in that case we will return total, which would give us 5. I hope that makes sense. So we're using this formula, but we adjust this a little bit. We add 1 just instead of n, because we're missing one number here, and then n plus 2, and then that would give us the total of this array. And then we're gonna subtract each number from the total, but since we don't know what number is left, whatever left is, like after subtracting each, that would be our total. I hope that makes sense. Okay, so I forgot to mention the time complexity for this problem. It would be big O n, because we're just going through the array one time to add it. Hi, okay, I have question number 3 now. So for question number 3, we are asked to find a sub-array with a given sum. So let's say if we were given an array like this, and then we are asked to find a sub-array where it equals to 33 when we add some numbers in here. So for this problem, the way I'm gonna solve this problem is by using dictionary, and then I'm gonna explain how I'm gonna do that and then walk through with the code. So I'm gonna go ahead and start adding each number first. So, and then in my dictionary I'm gonna have a key and a value. So for my keys I'm gonna put my indexes, and then on my value I'm gonna put what my sum is when I add each element. So at the 0 index I have 1, and then at index 4 I have 1 plus 4, which gives me 5, and then at index 2 I have 20 right here, so 20 plus 5, it will give me 25, and then index 3, 25 plus 3, that would give me 28, and then index 4 I have 10, so 10 plus 28, it gives me 38, and then at the end I have 5, so 38 plus 5 will give me 43. So, and then we are asked to find 33. So we're gonna look here, and then looks like we're gonna encounter 33 when we're adding each number. So how we're gonna solve it is like 33 it's in between here. So before I go to 5, I'm gonna check how much is 38 greater than 33. So to do that I'm gonna do 38 minus 33 and then 5. So that means my sum right here is greater than whatever I was supposed to find by 5. And then I'm gonna check into my dictionary value. Did I add 5 somewhere in my dictionary? And then so I'm gonna look in my dictionary if I have 5. So I have 5 right here. So I don't want anything that adds up to 5, because that's how much it was greater here. So I'm gonna ignore whatever I have there and then return the indexes for index 2 and index 4. That means when I subtract 38 minus 33, it gives me 5. So I don't want anything 5. I want to subtract 5 from 38, and then in that case I would get 33. So let's walk through the code and then see if this makes more sense. So first I have a variable sum, what we were given, which was 33. Sorry about this lighting. I couldn't get a better place to put this thing. So I have 33, and then for current sum I have 0. That's where I'm gonna add each element, and then start, that's to track my index, because at the end we are supposed to return not 33, just where we have this, the indexes, what index gives us 33. So we want to return index 2 and index 4. Okay, so, and then here I have my dictionary. It's gonna have both integer, and then in my for loop I'm gonna start from the first index all the way to the end, and then current sum, so which was 0 here first, and then I'm gonna start adding each element to my current sum. That's what I did here. So a first current sum was 0. 0 plus 1, I get 1, so I put that in my value here, and then I keep going for, and then 1 plus 4, I get 5, so I put 5 in here, and then keep going until I finish my array. And then I'm gonna add each whatever current sum, and then which in a place where the index is. So this is what that line does. Dictionary dot add current sum and index, and the I, which is the index. So while we are adding the numbers, if current sum equals to sum, if somewhere we had current sum 33 being equals to 33, in that case we would return start and I, whatever start would be from the first, it was 0, and then I would be wherever we were. But otherwise we're gonna go to this step. This is the step where I was subtracting the 38 minus 33 to find which index has 5. So to do that, I have here if dictionary dot contains a key where current sum minus sum, does it have somewhere where current sum minus sum, which was 5, does my dictionary have a key where it was 5? And then looks like here at the index 1 we had 5. So in that case I'm gonna return dictionary where current sum minus sum is plus 1. That means not right at current sum I'm not gonna return 5, but I'm gonna go one more, so that would be not 1, just instead 2. So in that case I'm gonna return this one, is gonna give me 2, and then I was right here, so it's gonna be 4. So my output, my sub array with the given sum is between 2 and 4. I hope that makes sense.